Hey guys, hello and welcome to the channel Programming with Casey. So today in this video I'm going to explain you about the code method overriding. So we had covered the method overloading over here. So I will just open these two windows. So I had explained you already this step-by-step method overloading, as you can see in my last video. And let me just drag this, and yeah, so over here now you can see that I have two different codes. First of all, method overloading, and over here you can see that is method overriding. All right. Now, yeah, over here it is type testing. So testing, let me take this as straight testing 1 2, no issues. Just as a class name, because in the same package the same class name is already exist. That's why it is giving compile time error. Okay, let it be. So first of all, let me explain you method overloading once again. So what I had said to you in the method overloading in my last example was multiple method having same name but different method, different so sorry guys, different parameters. Now you can see this is the class addition, which is not the main class. Over here the main class is the method overloading example. This is the main class. You can see the psvm over here, right? Now in this class addition I had already written this three different methods. What do I mean by different methods? Different methods in the sense, basically a method is having the same name but different input type or different number of parameters. Now you can see this I had created with this int sum over here, int sum over here, and inside this in the first case I have the two parameters, and in the second case I have the three parameters. Okay, so I have the same input type but a different number of parameters. But while you compare with this last one, you can see that let's say first method and the last method, you can see that the type are different. It is the int and it is the double, and you can see the number of parameters are same. Okay, so according to the rule it is perfectly fine that you can create same method with the same method name but different number of parameters, or different input type. Okay, now while calling in the main class I had created the object of the addition class, that is a, and I am printing the whatever it is returning, whatever the method is returning. In all the case you can see that it is doing the addition x plus y plus z, x plus y, based on the number of parameters, and you need to pass just the argument. So this is called as the method overloading, where you are just overloading the method. Okay, now let me change this over here. So it is okay, sorry. Okay, it is derived and it is extending what? It is extending testing 1 2. Testing. It is not the relatable name. You need to keep that as a relatable name and just save this. And what you are getting here is derived. The type derived is already defined. It means that derived class is also present. So I will do this as a 1 over here and 1 over here. Okay, and over here I will change the reference with testing 1 2. Okay, this is the obj.show. So testing to obj.show, change visibility of show to package. Okay, do just void. Okay, all right. Now you can see that I have this class over here, class testing 1 2 and class derived, which is extending the testing 1 2 class, right? So I know the name is a bit difficult, but just try to understand what I'm saying. This is the class testing 1 2 and this is the class derived one. These are the two different class. So I would just like to write over here in the comment section. So testing 1 2 is basically your super class. Okay, this is for your understanding. Okay, this is your super class, and derived one is your child class. Okay, subclass or child class, you can say. All right. Okay, now I have void show. You can see this void show is the method over here, and this void show you have system.out.println, that is the base show, and this is the derived show. Okay, now as I said, method overloading we had cleared with this, but in the method overriding, what is the rule? to write this. Okay, so the rule is to write the method overriding. You can create the same method, see the same method with the same number of parameters, right? You can see that void show is the same over here in testing 1 2 and in derived 1. So if you try to write some, or if you try to pass some parameters over here, so you need to change this void from, and you need to provide the type. Let's say it is the integer, so you will do the int show and the number of parameters you want to pass that. But it will not be considered as your method overriding, because the rule is that it should have the same name. It should have the same name as it should have the same name as method, and number of parameters should also be the same. Okay, so void show is my method over here, and inside in the subclass you can see that void show is again my method, and you can see the signature over here means the number of parameters are 0, because I'm using void. It means that it is not going to return anything, so void will return your nothing. So void show, and over here void show, it means the same method name and same number of parameters. And it is only possible in inheritance. Okay, why it is only possible in inheritance? Because when I say the word override, okay, when I say the word override, it means that it is going to actually override your method outside of your current class. So override of your current class means what? I have the void show, which is my parent class over here, and I can overload this method if I want. Okay, method overloading is possible within the same class, but method overriding is not possible within the same class. Okay, so over here the inheritance, you can see the inheritance. I'm using the extends keyword over here. So extends keyword will actually inherit the property of your superclass, and you can just override the method which is present inside your like superclass. So superclass is having the method, and you can update or you can override this method inside the child class. And while creating the object, when you create the object name as the testing name, you create the object for the derived one. You can see this derived one is your like child class, and with the reference of because this is polymorphism, you know that. So with the reference of your superclass, you creating the object for the child class with the reference of the superclass, and you call this, okay, obj dot show. It means that it is going to call this subclass, and it will print this. So let us observe this output. So just doing that, control F11 and Java application. So you can see the output now over here. It is showing me the derived show. Okay, so in the last video already I had explained that when I create the object, and in the method overloading I need to pass the arguments for every single method, right, to print all the messages, to print all the logic present inside this body. Okay, but in this case you are just going to create one object, and you need to write just only your object, your method name, and it is going to override whichever is the overridden method. So over here void show is the overridden method present inside your derived one class. And now see, you can't override the private method. That is the rule. If I do like this and save again, then it will give you the problem. You can't override this private method. So your methods need to be public, or you can just remove all the excess modifiers. So by default it would be only public. You can see the compile time error over here, so which has occurred over here in the line number 23. And what is the problem? Let's see this. It is giving you change the visibility of show to package. It means that you can remove this. The method show from the type testing 1 2 is not visible. It's not visible because you had kept that as private. So you need to remove that, and you need to change the visibility. What if you do the public? If you do the public, then is it going to give you a problem? And you can see now it is giving over here, cannot reduce the visibility of the inherited method from testing 1 2. You are trying to reduce the visibility of the inherited method. So it is saying me, it is asking me to do change method visibility to public or change visibility of testing 1 dot show to package. So you can do both as you want. So your signature should be same. If you are keeping this as a public, if you're trying to keep this as a public, then your derived class should be also of type public, or else you can remove both. You can just keep same as for your package. Okay, so guys, that's it for today, and I hope that you are you totally understand the difference between method overloading and overriding. So we'll see you in the next video. So till that time,